Good morning. It's Vijay here. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Today is Tuesday, 1st of July, 2025. Yesterday was a day of the battle of nerves, I should say, because now we have reached a level where even the bulls are very scared whether they have run up too fast. So, especially the large cap bulls seem to have caught the nerves yesterday, even though yesterday was the last day of the quarter and last day of the half year. Generally, there is some NAV adjustments done, but it looked like the adjustments were done more in the broader market. So yesterday, Nifty and Bank Nifty both dropped slowly and steadily, while the money moved into the broader market. So the breadth was actually positive yesterday after all the fall which we noticed. So both Nifty, Sensex, and Bank Nifty, all three of them snapped a 4-day winning streak, but mid cap outperforms continued. And Nifty mid cap incidentally has gone up for the seventh straight session. And what we saw on Friday's close, for instance, Nifty had closed only 7 times higher than what was Friday's close in the past 1 year, more than a year. And that was, you see, all-time high in September of 2024 when you saw those 7 days of close, which was higher than what we saw on Friday. So PSU banks were the flavor of the season. I think PSU banks now, people are getting more confidence. Though, the big guys don't really put money into PSU banks, so it could at best be a momentum play. Then lots of stocks did various things. So if you look at the graph, for instance, opening was high, which is not a very good sign for the bulls. We got caught on an intraday basis in Nifty Futures and Bank Nifty Futures. So we actually suffered a loss yesterday by trading in the index futures. So it did not really recover, but then yesterday is yesterday, and today is a completely different thing because today is also the weekly settlement of Sensex. So you will likely to see volatility as the day progresses. So the institutions where the FIIs actually sold 800 and odd crores, DIs bought 3,500 crores. What is noteworthy is that this is the fourth month, that is March, April, May, and June. FIIs have been net buyers every single month. The last time we saw that fourth net buying, consecutive net buying was in 2023. So while index is going higher and higher, indices are going higher and higher, we should keep in mind that the liquidity is also there from both the institutions. Of course, DIs have been continuously buying, but the FIs have come in is a big thing. So yesterday, the US markets did very well, though the European markets didn't do well. US markets, it looks like finally Trump will have the upper hand, where he will see that, he's browbeating the Fed chairman, calling him names, sending him handwritten notes, telling him that the interest rates are high. I also believe that the interest rates are high. Inflation is much lower, better than expectations. So sooner or later, you should see interest rates coming down there, which means more liquidity, which means some of it will flow into India because now the FIs into India are positive. So Brent crude is down to and odd. Gold is struggling at 3,300. Silver is steady at 36. So and copper is slowly and steadily going up. So copper is one thing which we hold, and we are very bullish on Hindustan Copper. Now, important thing to note, and which may also be some sort of jitters which bulls may get in the next few days, is the IndoAmerican trade deal. Now, they say it's at a very sensitive stage. Yesterday, in the press conference, the White House secretary said that it will happen in the next few days because Trump said so. But if they fail for whatever reason, 26% tariffs are imminent. I have a strong suspicion it won't fail, but you never know with Trump and with us when we are negotiating at the highest level. The stakes are also high. So the government's fiscal deficit is contracted by 93% in May, which I mentioned. This is mainly because of the bumper dividend transfer of 2.69 lakh crores. But basically, fiscal deficit is under control. So those are things which are very, very important for the macro people who look at macros and enter into India, especially the FIIs. May IIP came in poorer. but IIP numbers, I don't trust them so much. But nevertheless, for whatever it's worth, it was 1.2%, which means May was not a very good month, primarily because I suppose the Indo-Pakistan war and war-like conditions were the overhang. But I think we should improve in June as we go along. So what are the stocks to watch? NCC has got a big order. NCC infrastructure companies will do well, I suspect. NCC, but the problem with infra companies is that profitability is dependent on government contracts, and you know how government contracts are given. Kalpattur also got a big project. Prestige Estates has done well, but again, real estate is highly overpriced. So we have to see whether really any big movement is there. HCL Tech, they've got a multi-year AI partnership with OpenAI as it's of one of its first global service partners. HCL Tech actually is the poor cousin of IT, whereas Infosys and TCS get all the limelight and to some extent Wipro. But HCL Tech is always in the background, but it does equally well, if not more. Vodafone Idea, they are now going to 5G rollout, but it's struggling overall because you see there is no money in the company. BEL continues to get fresh orders. BEL will steadily go up, but BEL again is heavily overbought. ONGC and Oil India should be volatile today because of the APM gas prices, which have been hiked. So the other stocks which may be positive is Apollo Hospital is spinning off its pharmacy and digital units into a new listed entity. That listing will happen 18 to 21 months. IRIDA also, good amount of loans have been sanctioned, so that should do well. So will PFC and REC do. We have PFC and REC. We don't have IRIDA. Uptown is they're going to merge with this one. This is a small company, real estate, nothing great happening. And CGD, the APM gas prices have been hiked 5.3%. So there may be some city gas distribution companies may struggle because the demand may come down. So all in all, it is a chess game here, or you can say it is a game of nerves, a war of nerves. Right now, it is even Stevens, but I suspect sooner or later, bulls will prevail. Though the roadblocks are, as I said, the most important roadblock in the next few days is the Indo-US deal. And if the deal comes through, then I'm expecting a further round of buying. So whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.